All right, hey there, Rivet crew. Happy Wednesday. We got a workout today called speed dating. It is 5 2-minute rounds with a 1-minute rest in between each one, so very short rounds today. Each round starts with 2 rounds of strict Cindy. 1 round of strict Cindy is 5 strict pull-ups, 10 push-ups, and 15 air squats. We're going to do that 2 times. And ideally that takes us less than 90 seconds. So we have at least 30 seconds, hopefully a little bit more, to work on a weighted movement. There's going to be a different weighted movement in each round, 5 different weighted movements altogether. I'll show you those in just a second. So 2 minutes of work, 1 minute of rest, 2 minutes of work, 1 minute of rest, 5 rounds of that total. Strategy-wise, the best thing you can do today is pick your strict Cindy version correctly. If you can bang out 5 strict pull-ups, 10 push-ups, and 15 air squats twice comfortably in under 90 seconds, great, you're good to go. But for some of us, that's going to be challenging to do, especially when we're focusing on doing quality gymnastics movements, which we always do, right? It's going to be tough to kind of get all that done in less than 90 seconds. So adjust accordingly. Either just do 1 round of Cindy, or maybe shorten up the movements. Maybe the push-ups slow you down. Maybe only do like 7 push-ups rather than 10. I would highly suggest doing a practice round just to see how long each round of Cindy takes you. And barring that, you could just kind of work up until, like, say, the 80-second mark, stop, and move on to the weighted movements. It's a variety of ways to do this, but I do want you to have at least 30 seconds in each round to work on the weighted part, all right? Long story short, 30 seconds. All right, so the movements today, I'm going to show you both the dumbbell version and the barbell version, whichever implement you choose to have or do have. So round 1, we got power cleans. With a barbell, we're pulling that bar from the floor. We got those hips back and down. We got arms are long, right? We jump, we shrug, we catch, knees slightly bent, elbows high, right? Arms long, jump, shrug, power clean. With a dumbbell, much the same. Legs first, arms second, tap the top part of the bell down to the floor, just outside the feet, and we're going up. Same thing, catching that kind of little quarter squat, tap the floor, drive up, and catch. Second round, front squats. You got your dumbbells, riding high on the shoulders, keep those elbows pointed up and forward, breaking parallel at the bottom, standing straight up. With a barbell, much the same. Barbell raised high on those shoulders. Keep those elbows up as you squat down. Break parallel at the bottom. Stand all the way up to the top. Third round, we're going to be doing some hang squat cleans. Barbell version. Arms stay long, just like the power cleans. We're going to take that bar from just above the knees. We're going to jump, shrug, and catch that bar in a squat. So drive up hard, drop quickly, catch that bar high up on the shoulders. Dumbbells, much the same. Dumbbells pointed down, just outside the knees. Send those hips back a little bit. We're going to jump nice and tall, catch them on the shoulders, full squat at the bottom. We got clean and jerk after that in round 4. So for these, the bells will start on the floor again with the bells are pointed down. Just that one head of the bell touches the floor, just outside the feet. We're going to bring it up, we're going to jump. Same clean we did in round 1. Now we're going to rebend those knees, and we're going to push it all the way up overhead. With this one, both of these, you can push press or push jerk the weight overhead. With the barbell version, arms are long, just like we did in round 1. We jump, we catch, and we drive overhead. And with that one, of course, again, you can push, press, or push, jerk. Whichever one works better for you. And then the last movement, this is the toughest one. This is called a cluster or a squat clean into a thruster. So this is pulling the bar from the floor, hips down, arms long. We're going to jump, shrug, catch, squat, and drive all the way up overhead. Right back down again. Much the same with the dumbbells. Again, tap the ground just outside the feet, one bell, all the way up, catch, squat, and press. Cluster. That's a tough one. So, I want you to have at least 30 seconds To get as many reps of each of those movements as you can in each round, your score today will be how many of the weighted movements that you get across the 5 rounds. So set yourself up for success. Don't go too heavy. Make sure you get the rounds of Cindy done. Oh, and speaking of Cindy, if you're at home, of course, and you can't do pull-ups, use your dumbbells or your barbells and do some weighted rows instead. That's a very good substitution. If you're here at the gym, ring rows. We have the ring set up for you. No problem there. Things to think about, coaching cues. On the body weight movements, let's look for eyes straight ahead. If we're doing pull-ups or ring rows for that matter, it's very common to see people, especially pull-ups, are looking up at the bar, and that makes them automatically arch their back and they lose their hollow in the middle. So if we're doing straight pull-ups, make sure we're keeping a neutral gaze. That means we're looking straight ahead throughout the entire movement. This helps us keep a better hollow position for pulling. It also prevents you from doing the reaching for the bar with your chin, right? We technically don't want to do that. When you are pull-ups, we want to keep that neutral gaze. And rather than reaching that chin up to the bar, we actually want to pull that bar down to underneath the chin. Air squats, same idea. The tendency here is people tend to look down at the floor, which makes everything kind of roll forward. Keep your eyes on the horizon, looking straight ahead. Helps keep everything a little more upright, so look ahead. And then push-ups, same thing. We should be looking down, basically straight ahead. When we're doing our push-ups, we don't want to tuck the chin down. We don't want to look up. That always makes again, kind of like the pull-ups. We're looking up, it makes the hips drop down, and we use that plank position. Let's look for a nice neutral gaze, just looking straight down the entire time as we go down and up. So all your body weight ones, let's look straight ahead. And all the weighted movements today, one thing to think about is a nice tight upper back. Let's think about keeping those shoulder blades pulled back and down, and a lot of tension in all those muscles that you have in your upper back, in between and underneath the shoulder blades. This is I won't go into all the details of every movement, but it's going to make all these movements much easier and much more stable. Your overhead movements, your squatting movements, your power cleans, everything. We keep a nice lot of maximum muscular engagement in the upper back. It's going to make all these movements just feel so much better with your bar or your dumbbells. All right? That's all the tips I'm going to give you today. I'll stop talking now. That was a long video. I apologize. And I will see you tomorrow.